All right, let's talk about one of the biggest headaches for any content creator. The slow, complicated, and yeah, often super expensive process of making videos. But what if you could create a genuinely high-quality video in seconds instead of hours? Let's dive in.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll get into the weeds of why making videos can be such a pain. Then we'll see how RoboDark's automation engine is built to fix all that. We'll look at its crazy fast video assembly, its really cool AI voice features, and then we'll get to the really futuristic stuff. Its full-blown generative AI tools.
Okay, let's start with a feeling that, if you're a creator, you've probably felt it. The source material uses the Portuguese word desespero, which basically means that feeling of total despair when you open up some complicated editing software and just think, where do I even begin?
Sound familiar? You've got this amazing idea, right? But then reality crashes in. You're facing hours of fighting with timelines, confusing settings, and a million different options, all for one short video. It's enough to just completely kill your creative vibe.
It pretty much boils down to these four things. You've got the time suck, for one. Then there's the software itself, which can be just overwhelmingly complex. The cost can be a real killer, too. Subscriptions, voice actors, stock footage, it all adds up. And on top of all that, you have this constant pressure to just keep churning out content.
So, how do you solve this creative nightmare? Well, that's where RoboDark comes in. And it's not just another video editor. It's a whole platform designed from the ground up to automate the entire process.
And its whole mission, its entire philosophy, is just that simple. Take this incredibly technical, complex process and make it so easy that literally anyone can create professional-looking videos in a snap.
So how does it actually pull this off? It's all about the magic of automation, which takes this whole long, drawn-out process and just boils it down to a couple of simple steps.
Okay, so the workflow it's just ridiculously simple. You literally just give it the raw materials, your pictures, your audio files, your music. Then you pick an editing style that you've already saved. And then you just click a single button and let the platform do all the heavy lifting for you.
And this is where things get just wild. The source material gives a real-world example. A video that's over 3 minutes long, complete with transitions and subtitles, was created in just 25 seconds. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. A job that could easily take you all afternoon, done in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee.
So what's the secret sauce behind this insane speed? It's this brilliant little feature called editing profiles. Just think of it like a style guide for your videos. Instead of having to manually set your resolution, your transitions, your subtitle format every single time, you just save it all as a profile. Then boom, one click applies that style to any new video.
And this isn't just for one-off videos. No. This thing is built for creating content at scale. I mean, imagine uploading all the assets for an entire online course at once and just having the system automatically spit out all the individual lesson videos for you. That is the kind of power we're talking about. But look, a killer video is only half the battle, right? You need amazing audio to go with it. So now let's get into how RoboDark completely changes the game for voiceovers. For starters, you get a whole library of AI voices that sound shockingly human across a bunch of different languages. That means no more expensive mics, no more trying to find a quiet room to record in. You just type your script and you've got a professional-sounding voiceover ready to go.
But then it gets even crazier with voice cloning. This lets you create a perfect digital twin of any voice, including your own. Imagine recording your voice just one time and then being able to generate totally new audio in that exact same voice forever, just by typing out the words.
The source material just nails it when it says, "Agora você pode clonar qualquer voz e usar nos seus vídeos." That translates to, now you can clone any voice and use it in your videos. And the best part? All it takes is a tiny 10-second audio sample. And with that, you have a perfect digital replica of that voice, ready to bring any script to life. It's incredible.
All right, and now for what the source calls the cereja do bolo, the cherry on top. This is the part where RoboDark stops being just an editor and starts being, well, your creative partner.
It all starts with a seriously powerful image generator built right in. So if you need a photorealistic shot for a travel video, or maybe a custom anime character for a gaming channel, you can create all of it with just a simple text prompt, without ever leaving the platform.
And why stop at images? It does the same thing for short video clips. This is a complete game changer, especially for anyone who relies on stock footage, because now you can create totally unique visuals that no one else has.
But okay, Get ready for what might be the single most mind-blowing feature of them all, the ability to swap a person in a video with someone else, while keeping their original voice and movements perfectly intact.
The source gives some absolutely wild examples here. Think about this. You could take a video of a podcast host, swap their face with a photo of someone else, and the new face speaks with the host's original voice, perfectly synced up. Or you could create a video of a dancer from scratch just by giving it a face and a description of their clothes. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is really happening.
So when you put it all together, what are we really looking at? RoboDark's value is this perfect storm of three things: unbelievable speed, these incredibly powerful AI tools like voice cloning and face swapping, and an interface that's so simple it basically turns anyone into a video creator.
And that leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? As AI starts to handle more and more of the technical heavy lifting, what's going to define a truly great creator? Maybe it's not about mastering the software anymore. Maybe it's about the one thing AI can't just replicate on its own: a truly great idea. What do you think?